Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed officers of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Okay, honorable members, we don't seem to be having quorum. We can have the bell rung for 10 minutes.
Madam Speaker, we have quorum now.
Okay, you can advise that he stops to ring the bell. Okay, next order.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
We have 2 notices, one by the majority leader and another one from minority leader. I would call upon the minority leader to proceed and give notice of motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Article 184 of Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 states that national legislation shall provide for the governance and management of urban areas and cities, and shall in particular establish criteria for classifying areas as urban areas and cities. B, establish the principles of governance and management of urban areas and cities. And C, provide for the participation of residents in the governance of urban areas and cities. Aware that Section 37 provide for the role of the County Executive Committee in urban areas and city planning. Honorable Speaker, further aware that though its legislative role is enshrined in Article 185 of the Constitution, this House approved a report on regional and integrated strategic urban development plan for 16 urban centers. Honorable Speaker, aware that in the aforementioned report, Matu Town, Kathiani, Masii, Mwala, and Masinga towns were recognized and approved as urban cities amongst other urban centers. Cognizant of the fact that with the growing population, there is need to upgrade Matu, Kathiani, Mwala, and Masinga urban centers to municipalities. Honorable Speaker, aware that on conferment of municipal status, Section 9 of the Urban and Cities Act, number 13 of 2011, provide that the county governor may, on the resolution of the county assembly, confer the status of a municipality on a town that meets the criteria set out in Section 3 by grant of a charter in the prescribed form. Acknowledging that Section 9, subsection 3 of the Urban and Cities Act, number 13 of 2011, provide that for a town to be conferred municipal status, it has to satisfy to have a population of between 70,000 and 249,000 residents. Honorable Speaker, aware that amendment to the Urban Areas and Cities Act, number 13 of 2011, the Principal Act, were signed into law by His Excellency the President on March 12, 2019, reducing the number and stating that for an urban area to be classified as a municipality, it has to have a resident population of at least 50,000, and that if it has capacity to provide the services listed in the first schedule of the Amendment Act, such services including planning and development control, water and sanitation, ambulance services, among others. Honorable Speaker, in the view of the above, and based on the recent results of the census exercise carried out on 24th August 2019 by the national government, I wish to give notice of motion that the County Executive Committee fast track the conferment of Matu, Kadhiane, Masi, Mwala, and Masinga to towns, to municipalities. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Minority Leader. I call upon Majority Leader to proceed and give that other notice of motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that the Committee on Procedure and House Rules is established pursuant to Standing Order number 187, further aware that the committee comprises of the Speaker, who is the chairperson, the Deputy Speaker, members of the Speaker's panel, and not more than 3 other members. Informed that the said committee is tasked with the mandate of proposing amendments to standing orders, and that standing order is a crucial guide in determining how business in the Assembly is conducted and how members behave. Remembering that the Office of the Clerk, through a letter reference number MKSA/PCS/CMM/PNP/Volume 2/32, dated 14th October 2022, forwarded a letter to the leaders of Wiper, Maendeleo Chapchap, and United Democratic Party to provide 1 member from each party to constitute the said committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that this House approves the following members to constitute the Committee on Procedure and House Rules, in addition to those specific members provided under Standing Order 187-2. The Honorable Jackson Daka of Wiper, the Honorable Brian Kesila, MCCP, and the Honorable Boniface Katiti of UDA. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Can we have the next order, Clerk?
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion approval of the Assembly calendar for the first session of the 3rd Assembly as tabled by the House Business Committee.
Honorable Majority Leader, proceed and move your motion.
Honorable Speaker, that aware that the calendar enables the Assembly to plan for the execution of its business, and it sets out a schedule of days for the House sittings and days of recess, aware that Standing Order number 24, Sub-Order 1, provides that except for the session commencing immediately after a general election, the regular sessions of the Assembly shall commence on the 2nd Tuesday of February and terminate on the 1st Thursday of December. Honorable Speaker, further aware that Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 1, requires the House Business Committee, with the approval of the Assembly, to draw up the calendar of the Assembly Aware that Standing Order Number 25, Sub-Order 2, provides that once the calendar of the Assembly is approved by the House, it shall be published in the Gazette, the Assembly website, and at least 2 newspapers of national circulation. Noting the House Business Committee considered the calendar of the first session and compiled a report. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move that the motion that pursuant to the provisions of the Standing Order Number 25, the House approves the Assembly calendar for the first session of the Third Assembly as tabled by the House Business Committee. Session 1. The session commenced on 27 September 2022 and terminates on 7th December 2022 with a total of 36 plenary sittings. 2, the first session is divided into 2 parts, 1 short recess and 1 long recess. 3, the first part runs from Tuesday 26 September 2022 to Wednesday 19th October 2022. 4, this will be followed by a short recess of 19 days starting from 20th October 2022 to 7th November 2022. The second part will commence on the Tuesday 8th November 2022 and will run up to Wednesday 7th December 2022. The first session will be completed by a long recess which will commence on Thursday 8th December 2022 and run up to Monday 13th February 2023 when the second session will begin, or that's of 9 weeks. However, it should be noted that the committee sittings will commence on the 23rd January 2023. I would wish to request for a proposer and a seconder. For a seconder, sorry. Honorable Ndawa.
I now propose the question that pursuant to provisions of Standing Order Number 25, the House approves the Assembly calendar for the first session of the Third Assembly as tabled by the House Business Committee. I now invite members to debate the motion. The members, the floor is yours. Can contribute. Mheshimiwa Ndawa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Judas Ndawa, the MCA Matu Ward. I stand to support the business before the House and applaud the committee, the House Business Committee, for working many hours to ensure that we have a calendar. Madam Speaker, looking at the calendar, the committee also considered that the honorable members of this House also need time to mingle with the electorate and also participate in the development of the wards. So we have proposed these adjournments so that members can have time. As you are aware, Madam Speaker, once people are voted in, or once members are voted in, they are always given 100%, and there is no room for improving from 100 up to 110. The only available option is to either maintain or you reduce. But if you reduce by a big portion, it is very dangerous. So, Madam Speaker, to have this happen, members of this House need also to be near the electorate so that they can be able to collect the proposals of the appointing authority, who is the electorate. Again, Madam Speaker, the committee also considered that there is what we call personal what? The members need to be trained, and we have we have at least provided time so that members of this house can also have time to be trained on their new assignment. Madam Speaker, it is a normal practice if somebody is given a new task, he or she should, or if I use the word must, be trained on the new work, because you may not be able to meet the expectations of the electorate if you are not trained on the job that you have been given. So the House Basic Committee has looked on that issue. So I'm begging my colleagues of this House to approve the calendar as it has been presented to us by our most able majority leader. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Minority Leader. Do we have more contributions from the House? Mheshimiwa Kavyu.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also wish to support the motion that has been moved by the majority leader of the House, owing to the fact that despite the amount of work that is ahead of the House, the calendar as it has been presented presents an opportunity for us as the elected leaders to have an opportunity to go interact with our constituents, and also as it has been presented, it provides a good opportunity for us to go back to our electorates so that we can identify any gaps that are there that can help the House Assembly, the House to plan, and also to guide the executive accordingly. So on that note, I wish to support the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Andi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Ndi Kivuva, Wiper Democratic Movement. I want to support the motion by our majority leader. As nominated, we will have time to go and consult with our party leaders, then and come back here and transact business. On that note, I beg to support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Rosina.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Rosina Kanini, nominated by Wiper Party, Machakos County Government. Madam Speaker, I want to support the adjournment, the motion that has been tabled by our majority leader. As parents, it will give us time to be with our children over the holiday and help in mending them. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I support.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Rosina. Mheshimiwa Ndwiki.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Daniel Ndwiki, the representative of Syokimau Mulolongo ward people. The first thing I want to support this motion because since we did our election, we do not have any time to visit our people, and they are missing us. We get calls, where are you gone? Others say that we don't pick their calls. But now we'll have time to go and mingle with our people. Also our members of the family, we have been so busy that we cannot have time for them. So I think the committee was guided well to propose this program, and also we'll go and reorganize ourselves and come with motions that will benefit our people. So I support the motion, and I want to thank the committee for that good program. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ndwiki. Mheshimiwa Kaloi, then I come to Mheshimiwa Katiti.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand to support the motion due to the fact that, as you are aware, we are facing a lot of drought, especially in our rural areas. We are expecting some rainfall next month. So, as the governor promised to deliver seedlings to our people on the ground, so it is a high time we go be with them. We see the exercises for the governor complete and in good manner. So I stand to support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa Katiti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to support the motion because that will give us time so that we can go and collect the data of the issue that we planned, that we left untouched about the CINDP, the County Integrated Development Plan, so that we can incorporate it in our agenda. Thank you. I support.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa, kindly.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to support the motion that will give us some time to also go and see through what the executive has been doing in our wards. Much has been happening. People have been running up and down, trying to fix our roads, trying to allocate, to select those who will be beneficiaries of the seeds, as the honorable member is saying. And again, importantly, we will have time also to have our electorate and give them the first-hand information of what is happening. Because like you know, they are expectant. Some of them are even calling every day asking for bursaries. Now we will have time also to sit with them and explain why the bursaries are not coming in time. So I beg to support.
Thank you, members. Mheshimiwa Philip Ndolo. Sorry.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Honorable Philip Ndolo, representing Mitaboni Ward. I stand to support the motion by the majority leader. As you know, we have come from elections, and also we need to rest. And also some of us, we are family members. We need also to have time for our families. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to support.
Thank you. I now invite the mover of the motion to reply.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable members, I think the House Business Committee did a splendid job in looking at how to ensure that the House business is taken care of, and also ourselves and our electorate. So I thank you for the support of the calendar of the Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you. I now put the question that pursuant to provisions of Standing Order number 25, the House approves the Assembly calendar for the first session of the Third Assembly as tabled by the House Business Committee. And as many as are of the opinion say aye. And as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay. Ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion approval of the nomination of members of Speaker's panel.
May I call upon the majority leader to proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Standing Order number 14A provides for the Speaker's panel, which shall comprise of members who may exercise all the powers vested in the Deputy Speaker. Aware that members of the Speaker's panel may preside over the House in the absence of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker as stipulated in Standing Order number 14A, Sub-Order 7. Further, aware that the Speaker, in consultation with the Assembly party leaders, submitted 4 members for consideration by the House Business Committee. Aware that the House Business Committee considered the members as submitted by the Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 14A, the House approves the nomination of the following members to the Speaker's panel. Honorable Anastasia Mutevu, first member. Honorable Daniel Muindi, second member. Honorable Lloyd Mutua, third member, Honorable Dixon Maundo, fourth member. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. You may call your seconder.
I call upon the Leader of Minority to second.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to second the motion which has been tabled by my brother here, Honorable Majority Leader. And the reason for seconding the motion is that if you look at the list, it is well balanced. And as you are aware, Madam Speaker, there is a time the Speaker of the House will be committed somewhere. And by maybe another reason, the Deputy Speaker will be can also be away. The Assembly cannot stop its business. So if we approve these members, that is an assurance that the Assembly will never stop transacting its business because of lack of somebody to preside over. So it is a noble idea to have these members on board. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. I now propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 14A, the House approves the nomination of the following members to the Speaker's panel. 1, Honorable Anastasia Mutevu, first member. Honorable Daniel Moindi, second member. Honorable Lloyd Mutua, third member. Honorable Dixon Maundu, fourth member. I now invite members to debate the motion. Members, the floor is yours. Mheshimiwa Dominic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Dominic Dambuki, representing Kathiani Central Ward, and I rise to agree with the list, Honorable Speaker, that has been presented on the basis that, Honorable Speaker, it cuts across the political divide, and then again, it also takes care of both genders. I support, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. More contribution? I now propose, I call upon Mheshimiwa Anastasia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Anastasia Mutevu, representing Wiper Democratic Movement, the biggest party in Eastern. I stand to thank members who saw me fit for the Speaker's panel, and also the Speaker for seeing me worthy to be member number 1. So thank you so much. I stand to second it.
To support. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I hope I'm not closing anyone out. And at this point, I would like to call I now invite the mover of the motion to reply. Sorry for that.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, I'd want to thank members for looking at the membership across the parties, including the single-member party, if Mr. Mheshimiwa Mbuva is here. Particularly, I would also want to welcome, on your behalf, Madam Speaker, Mheshimiwa Anastasia Mutevu. She was very keen to join the Speaker's panel because she is saying that in the future, she wants to be a speaker like you. So thank you very much, members. I think, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I'm threatened. My seat is threatened. After 10 years, is that so? We are in agreement. Thank you. All right. I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 14A, the House approves the nomination of the following members to the Speaker's panel. Honorable Anastasia Mutevu, first member. Honorable Daniel Moindi, second member. Honorable Lloyd Mutua, third member. Honorable Dixon Maundu, fourth member. As many as are of the opinion say ayes. As many as are of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. There being no more business, the House stands adjourned till Wednesday, the 19th of October, 2022 at 10 a.m.